Hello, friends. Good morning. The concern that is I am going to share with you is that the relationship between the India and Sri Lanka. The Sri Lankans, uh, you know, their economy melted down and completely and ravaged the economic foundation of the country. It is well known to everybody. But what led to this kind of failure of economic system that is inherited into the Sri Lankan uh, economic uh, dependence on their, you know, the one, two, and three thing I will cite to you the reason what was the failure of the economy. Your economy means Sri Lankan economy are mostly depend on tourist sector. So the when everywhere lockdown were imposed due to the COVID, the tourism sector went completely drained off. Second thing has they means the government adopted the policy called fertilizer, uh, chemical fertilizers. They stopped using, so they went into the bio fertilizers kind of thing. So that's why the agriculture produce uh, went down. So for that compensation, they started importing for food because there is need of food and fuel every country. So the foreign reserves started depleting rapidly. That was the policy drawback. Okay. So on that front, the economy melted down because of 1.5 year means 1.5 I mean the 18 or 20 months totally was tourism sector was stopped, which were fulfilling mostly the economy. So the reserves started depleting and they depleted. So that's why that led to the economic failure. Okay. So to counter that, India stepped out and extended help to Sri Lanka, and I think 3.9 billion US dollar. India extended help at food, fuel, etc. Important life-saving medicines. We Indians supplied to them. That is, I think, the good thing because we have a policy called Never First policy. So we have extended vaccines to all 100 plus nations at the same time. I'm not praising India. I'm saying just because we have done it. But just come to the point. What is my point of discussion is this was the background actually, but the India extended also help to Sri Lanka on the getting the economic bailout from IMF as SDR, a special drawing rights every country has. So the Bhutan, India, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, these four countries comes to the jurisdiction of IMF SDR jurisdiction. Okay, so India is the leader for these four countries. If anyone wants to get the SDR drawing rights, India's help would be needed because there is kind of voting system. India has allotted eight voting weightage. I think 7 or 7.8. So India, without India's help, they would not be able to get the SDR rights. Okay. So India extended, yes, great help to them, and we are still supporting, and we are guaranteeing to IMF that the Sri Lankan economy will come out of the problem. Yes, we are doing it, and we have extended help. And my finance minister right now, the Srimati Sitaraman, she went into IMF and he said that please help, and we are taking guarantee for that. Okay. So the right now we are extending to India, Sri Lanka, using Indian rupee and their Sri Lankan rupee to kind of exchange swiping process. Okay. So India and Sri Lanka are exploring the possibility of using the Indian rupee for economic transactions. Okay. And have discussed the initiative that will help in building a stronger and closer partnership through the trade and investment led measures between the two countries. High Commissioner of India, were organized a discussion on the use of Indian rupee for transactions between the Indian Sri Lankan. And this is the current news. Okay, that's why I am using the newspaper to share. Sorry for disruption. And representative from the Bank of Ceylon means Sri Lanka, State Bank of India and State Bank Indian banks shared their experience and informed the audience that they had started carrying out INR, Indian rupee, denominated trade transactions through respective Vostro-Nastro account. The Vostro-Nastro account means my money would be deposited to your central bank and your money would be deposited to our central bank. Okay, this is kind of Vostro-Nastro account. After the creation of enabling framework for the Reserve Bank of India and Bank of Sri Lanka, Central Bank of Sri Lanka, in 2022, the High Commissioner statement said that the participating bank also outlined the benefit of the settlement denominated in the Indian rupee, and which include the shorter timelines, shorter exchange cost, lower exchange costs, and easier availability of trade trade credits. So the beneficial impact of this initiative on tourism and hospitality industries are also highlighted, including its role in the helping increasing collections, which could be utilized by other sectors. High Commissioners of India to Sri Lanka, Gopal Begle, highlighted the positive impact that the initiative will have an impact, joint efforts for building a stronger and closer economic partnership between the two countries through a trade and investment-led measures. Okay, so this is the kind of your money would be deposited into our bank's central bank, and our bank will deposit into the Ceylon central bank, so that the transactions would be very easier to at the minimum cost of transactions. Okay, so this is the initiative, and this is current news. And 2 days ago, our Minister of Foreign Affairs and Minister of Foreign Affairs Ministry of Sri Lanka, Mr. Jaishankar, our side and opposite side of Sri Lankan Foreign Minister, met at New Delhi, and they discussed their great diplomatic and political debates. And yes, my Foreign Minister, Sri S. Jaishankarji, extended great his help, and he said that we are next to you and we will extend great help to you. And that's why we are helping Sri Lanka, and their ministers thanked India for the economic help that India extended for that. And we are a close partner, but we have some kind of reservations as well. The Tamilian citizens, which is our citizens, since independence, living into the northeastern side of Sri Lanka, they are being persecuted there by Tamilian citizens. That is not good thing. And as the citizen of the Sri Lanka, I am pleading for and arguing my point of views that they are the citizen of Sri Lanka. So according to the constitution of Sri Lanka, everybody must be should be in inclusion. There should be no discrimination for if they are the citizen of that country. So the responsibility lies on the governance system to respect and to give the power. Okay, the evolution of power. But the president of Sri Lanka captured all the powers of the regional powers into his hands. So the constitutional drawbacks there. And that's why our reservation is. And I want to resolve this matter as soon as possible. I'm not saying that you have to, because of I'm helping you, so that you have to do it. No, you don't have pressure, but you must have to act responsibly, because of they are the citizen of your country. It is your responsibility to kind of inclusive development. They have to adopt it. That would prosperous your country, and I wish that the Sri Lanka must come out from the pain that is the citizen has suffered and are suffering. So thank you very much for your cooperation. Stay tuned with me, and if you like my initiative, subscribe my channel and share with your friends, so that my message, if I am sending next in future, will get to you very soon. Thank you very much.